What's up everyone, Darcblade here bringing you my video reviews for E3 2014. In these videos I'm going to talk about each of the press conferences and what I thought about them. Joining me is Failbunny number 1.
Hello.
And she's going to be giving her opinion too. In this episode we're going to be talking about the Sony conference. To me this was a bit more of a traditional conference, what you would expect from E3, although there were a few technical difficulties with their audio at the start. Now to start off with, Sony gave us the story trailer for Destiny. Destiny has been a game that's been on my radar for quite some time now. During the trailer there was gameplay footage of what the game would actually be like. What were your thoughts on Destiny?
I'm quite excited for it. We're not sure if it has split screen yet though, right?
Yeah, there's no news on split screen or not. If it does have split screen I would really appreciate that. It means that we can play with people in the same house. Although, however, I understand why they might not put it in.
But this Destiny is from the people at Bungie, and
Yes.
I thought they were quite good at having split screen.
That's true. In all the previous Halo games, I believe, the multiplayer-wise, there has been at least a 2-player split-screen option in each of their Halo games. So I shouldn't see why they can't put it in Destiny. However, during their announcement as well, they announced it will be first on the PlayStation systems. There is a beta coming out on the 17th of July. There is also an alpha available this Thursday. The release date for Destiny will be the 9th of September, all being well. Also, there will be lots of exclusive content for the PlayStation 4 and 3, including armor, weapons, levels, a competitive map. There was quite a lot of information given. Next, they went on to show us a trailer for The Order 1886. This was actually a gameplay trailer, although with The Order 1886 it's hard to tell what is gameplay and what is CG. They merged together quite well. Like I said, the cutscene was smooth enough. It was of one of the story characters fighting off a zombie werewolf kind of creature. Thoughts on 1886?
Well, at first it didn't stand out for me, but then it kind of got better.
Yes, I can understand that, especially if you haven't seen any of the trailers, any other trailers prior. Have you seen any prior
No,
to this?
I don't think I have.
This is the first one you saw?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I've seen a little bit of a few other trailers for The Order already, and it could be interesting. We'll see. There's been a few issues on its frame rate, but
To be honest, I'm never too fussed about the frame rate. I don't think it has a lot of impact on it. If I enjoy the story and the gameplay, then...
well, as long as it meets the basic frame rate. I mean, 60 frames per second is normally what people like. 30 seems to be playable, and it's not that noticeable to the naked eye. Although sometimes you can feel it when you're pressing buttons sometimes. But I don't want to get into that now. Anyway, next they went on to show us Entwined, a artistic, almost indie type game.
It was an indie game, wasn't it?
I believe it was.
Yeah.
Anyway, this game is available now, and I'll be doing a review on that any day soon, so I won't go into much more detail about that.
Next up was the infamous Second Son DLC.
Yes, it was called First Light, and it features the character of Fetch. I believe it's her origin story or something.
Well, they didn't say outright, but gathered from the trailer, I think that's what it's going to be about, yeah.
Anyway, that will be available August this year. Sony then went on to drop a big one with Little Big Planet 3. They gave us a gameplay demo as well as a trailer. Now the demo was actually quite good because it gave us an introduction to what is quite unique with Little Big Planet.
This was a big surprise.
Yes.
This was a big surprise.
Different playable characters. So as well as Sackboy, you've got Oddsock, which is like a
little dog
yes,
kind of thing.
It's like a dog character that's very fast, quite small, and can wall jump. It's got Toggle, which is like a big beefy guy who can be very heavy.
Looks like a potato.
Yeah, potato guy. Yeah, he can shrink as well to be very small as well. And then there's Swoop, who seems to be quite overpowered because he can fly.
And he can carry others.
Yes.
You can hang on to him and he can fly places.
The actual gameplay demo was quite cute because some of the people playing were better than others, shall we say, and so they were all trying to play together and some of them kept messing up. I
think that really demonstrated the charm that is playing together on Little Big Planet 3 now, so I think they showed it off quite well, even though they failed a little bit in it.
They also announced that the community levels will be backwards compatible, so on the PlayStation 4 with Little Big Planet 3 you will be able to play levels that have been made from Little Big Planet 1 and 2.
I think that's a good
very good
thing.
Anyway, Little Big Planet 3 will be released in November this year, hopefully.
And hopefully it will have Stephen Fry in it again.
Yeah, it probably will have Stephen Fry in it.
I hope so.
Next, they went on to announce a new IP from Software, and this was a CG trailer for Bloodborne.
I was really surprised with it. It was so gory. I was like, ew, 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 ew. Wait, what? Ew? Oh.
It was quite graphic in some of its content.
I really hope it won't be censored. That's my main worry about this, because I'm quite interested. I quite want to play this.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know as well, Bloodborne is also made from the company and the same director who made Demon Souls and Dark Souls.
It's not going to be available until 2015, so I'm really looking forward to getting some more info on it.
Yeah.
Because the trailer is the only thing they showed, wasn't it?
That's it. No more, not really any more information other than that. But it's a game that's on your radar, right?
Oh, definitely. I'm going to be so freaked out playing it.
Next, they went on to show more of Far Cry 4, giving us a gameplay demo, a co-op demonstration. It looked okay, actually, and I can see why a lot of people would get into it. And a big thing they announced for Far Cry 4 is that even if you don't own the game, you can join a friend's game who actually does own it.
So if you do own the game on PlayStation 4, you can invite your friend who doesn't own it, and he can jump into your game and just play it.
Yes, very good. And apparently this feature is only on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 3.
I'm wondering though, don't you have to have at least some kind of download installation process to do this?
You might have to have an update or something like that. But apparently you don't actually need the physical game or digital game on your PlayStation to play it.
I don't know how they can do that, but that's technology, I suppose.
After Far Cry 4, they then went on to show a trailer for Dead Island 2. This trailer was actually really amusing, with a runner who slowly turned into a zombie. Now the thing with the Dead Island franchise is that they are very good at showing trailers, but the actual finished game is not always up to scratch. So we'll see how that works out. There is a 30-day beta that will be available for the PlayStation for Dead Island 2, and there will also be a unique PlayStation character class for the game. Next, they went on to show us a bit about Diablo 3 for the PlayStation 4. This will also include a Last of Us DLC level, which should be quite amusing.
That DLC level is exclusive to PlayStation 4, isn't it?
Yes, because basically it's Diablo 3 and the expansion pack in one, and this DLC level will be bundled in with that.
It's the Last of Us DLC level, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Next, they went on to show us more about Battlefield Hardline and the beta on PlayStation 4. They also showed us another gameplay trailer for it. They then went on to talk a little bit about Disney Infinity 2 and how 4 of the Marvel characters will be only available on PlayStation 4. I'm not 100% sure which characters these are going to be, but the Hulk was one of them or something. Or it sounded like they were indicating that the Hulk would be one of them.
Yeah, I think so.
Next, they showed us a very amusing trailer for Magica 2.
Where they blow up the cat.
Yes,
it's
the unemployed red wizard, and he's shuffling through his day trying to feed his cat.
I remember the opening was like Days of Unemployment, 1,000 something.
Yeah, but no, that game looks quite amusing. I remember when the first one came out for PC and that, and I couldn't get it at the time.
It's a stick game. It's like point and shoot with your
twin stick
shooter.
Yeah, but with magic.
Learn to spell again.
They then went on to announce that Grim Fandango would be remastered, exclusive for the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita, so classic gamers would appreciate that. Sony then went on to talk about their indie games, and there's a lot of them. Not a big indie game fan, but I can appreciate that Sony are supporting indie developers a lot lately. They then went on to show a trailer from Suda51, Let It Die. This is going to be exclusively PlayStation 4. It was an odd trailer, but very violent. Next, they went on to show us, forgive me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, Abazu. Basically, this is the next game from the developers of Journey. It's a very artistic trailer they showed us.
It seems like Journey on the Water.
I couldn't put it better myself. Next, they went on to show us No Man's Sky. This was an interesting gameplay trailer they showed us. It was very colourful, walking through a forest and that, with a dinosaur and stuff. And then suddenly you're in a ship, flying through space.
Yeah, it went from Jurassic Park to intergalactic warfare. I've never heard of No Man's Sky before, but it seems like it's a massive universe, and they claimed that they were going to put each player on a different planet, so that everyone would have a different experience playing through it. Now,
Sony then went on to talk a bit more about their Sony hardware. They talked a bit about the PlayStation camera, their Project Morpheus, the fact that the PSN will be getting the YouTube app to it. So basically, when you press the share button, you can upload your video footage directly to YouTube. Unfortunately, if you like to edit them heavily, for me, it's not too great.
There is something you can edit it on the PlayStation to an extent, can't you?
Yes, you can use the Share Factory to edit your videos a little bit. I'm not sure if they're going to be quite as extensive as Final Cut Pro or Adobe Premiere or something like that, but it's an option.
Well, if you like voicing over your stuff, maybe it's not quite for you, but I can see it being good for, say, like for me, if I have a really good game and I was like, I want that to go on YouTube, then I press a button and it's up on YouTube.
Yeah, I can see it great for the more casual video.
I'm wondering though how that's
makers.
gonna gel with the copyright strikes that YouTube have been
We'll
going on
see.
lately.
We'll see.
I mean, it seems so contradictory.
They then went on to talk a bit about PlayStation Now. That will be out in the US and Canada on the 31st of July. They talked a bit more about the PlayStation TV as well.
Yeah, remind me, PlayStation Now, if you have a Sony TV, you can go and you can play a game, basically, without having the PS console.
Some titles will be available on Sony TVs without actually having a console, with the PlayStation Now service. Now, moving away from the hardware, they went on to show the gameplay trailer for Mortal Kombat 10, or Mortal Kombat X. It was very gory.
It's going to be banned, isn't it? Or it's censored. Censorship all around.
Possibly. I mean, Mortal Kombat 9 was banned in Australia. Hopefully, it won't get censored or banned in the UK. The previous one wasn't, but you never know. Unfortunately, there was no release date for the game, though. Sony then went on to talk about their original TV content, as well as show us a trailer for the Ratchet & Clank movie. They then went on to talk a bit about The Last of Us Remastered. They showed us a new trailer for the game. They also gave us a release date, which is the 29th of July. Now, personally, I probably won't be getting it straight away.
I wish they would have showed a comparison between the PS3 and the PS4, you know, how...
Oh, like a graphical comparison.
Yeah, something like that, because, to be honest, I don't really see the point. Unless you went straight from Xbox 360 to PS4 and you want to play it.
Yeah, Microsoft 360 owners who went to PlayStation 4 instead of Xbox One would appreciate the remastered version, I think.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. They then went on to show us a trailer for Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. This trailer was previously leaked before the show, unfortunately, and had a few clips that weren't in the press conference trailer, unfortunately. But
oh, I didn't know that.
I know, it's well, I only found that out afterwards, but it got me hyped for the game. The trailer was very, very gruesome and showed the turning of Big Boss to a villain more than a hero.
It was very emotional, I thought.
Yeah. Anyway,
wait, does he become the villain?
Yeah, didn't.
Oh.
Because in Metal Gear, the original MSX game, the main villain is Big Boss. He is the...
Oh, revelations.
Anyway.
That's a shame.
There was also, in an interview prior to the Sony conference as well, Kojima dropped a bombshell about the cardboard box.
It's going to return,
Yes.
and it's going to feature new and secret ways to use it.
Yes, great stuff. Unfortunately, there was no release date for MGS5 Phantom Pain. Sony then went on to drop a bit of a bombshell for some people, which is GTA 5 will be coming to the PlayStation 4. Now, I read after this that it will also be coming to the Xbox One and PC. They showed us a trailer, basically, that had enhanced visuals. It looked a lot better.
One thing they did do in GTA 5, they said that you can transfer your online profiles, which is good.
Yes, you can basically take your profile from the 360 or PlayStation 3 and transfer it over to the newer remastered GTA 5, which is great because a lot of people have spent a lot of time with their online profiles.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Next came Batman Arkham Knight. Basically, they showed us a gameplay trailer for the game. It looks quite nice, actually.
Yeah, his suit looked quite technical though.
Yes, very high tech. It looked like it involved a lot of mechanical workings in it.
It looked a bit like a bionic Batman.
You also had his Batmobile was. Oh, it looked like a bat tank at one point.
Oh, the bat tank. The bat tank. It just looked like it had great movability and agility.
It was quite impressive. Overall, it looked quite nice as well. I haven't been a big fan of the Batman games. I'm not a big Batman fan myself. Don't hate me. But this one, it was good to look at. There was a nice touch as well. They added a technical issue into the trailer, which we thought was just faulty.
Oh, the technical issues are returning.
Yeah, someone spilt the coke on the control dials again. But it turned into the introduction of Scarecrow. Sony then also went to tell us that the Scarecrow missions would only be available on the PlayStation version of this game.
Ooh.
Lastly, Sony unveiled Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. Basically, they gave us a short trailer for the game with Drake on the beach, stranded, with a lot of
Gibbets. Isn't that what they're called?
giblets. Yes, basically.
No, not giblets.
Gibbets.
Basically, they're like hanging
Cages.
Cages, like looks like bird cages, but people in them.
Yeah, people left to die in them, basically.
Yeah.
There was a voiceover as well with Drake having a chat with Sully about going on one last adventure kind of thing.
A good thing is that the voice actor seems to be the same.
Yes, it's Nolan North. It was Nolan North. And Sully's voice actor was also the same.
I am dreading this one a bit because my prediction is that this is the game where Sully dies.
Well, something's going to happen because it might be the last Uncharted, full stop. I mean, in the title, A Thief's End.
Well, someone's going to die. I reckon it's going to be Sully at least. That's my prediction.
We'll see.
And I'm going to cry.
We'll see. Overall, Sony's press conference was a little bit off key, I feel. I feel that the pace of Sony's conference let them down more than anything. I'm happy with the games they showed. I'm happy with the trailers they showed. I was a little bit disappointed they talked a lot about the hardware. And
that was so dull.
Yes, exactly. It slowed the pace of their conference
They
down.
could have done that in this short show later.
Potentially, yes.
Because
and
their conference was about an hour and a half.
Something like that. I think it might have been longer. But, which it was a shame. I feel they should have done like Microsoft done and just kept it about the games. One thing I got to say about the Sony games they announced though was there was very little in terms of release dates for any of the games. Overall though, overall grade for Sony?
Oh, it would have been A minus if not for that hardware thing. That dragged them down to a C plus.
C plus for you.
Which actually makes Microsoft one of the top conferences for me, which is surprising.
Yeah. I would still say, for me, probably B plus. But, I mean, for me, the highlights were definitely sort of like Uncharted 4 and Destiny, really.
Mine was Bloodborne.
Bloodborne.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. What are your thoughts? What was your favourite game? Leave a comment below, because I'd love to hear what you thought. Anyway, I've been Darcblade.
And Failbunny.
Bringing you our review of the Sony press conference at E3 2014. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and like for more.